Back to the phones we go, 844-747-2577. Let's go to Jennifer in Denver, Colorado. Jennifer, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet. What's up, Jennifer?
I'm a pharmacist and had some problems with addiction in the past, which resulted in me losing my job and obtaining a felony. And I've been clean and working in other fields, but I really would like to get back into pharmacy and having a lot of trouble even getting my foot in the door anywhere because I have kind of a black mark and it's a big stigma in the medical community. I'm sure you are aware, but I'm just looking for some advice on maybe some different ways to approach it and have some better luck.
So how have you been approaching it so far? Just standard applying to pharmacy positions, and then tell me where the felony and the past addiction, where that's popping up and how that's being treated specifically.
So specifically, it shows up on my pharmacy license itself. So any contact I make, I have to disclose that it's there.
Right. So is that disclosed? Is that disclosed upon applying or disclosed in the interview situation?
Most applications ask if you have any restrictions or discipline on your license. So it's right there in the application.
Okay, got it. So you're not even getting calls back?
No.
Okay, got it. Well, the good news about this is that I don't like that kind of application process anyway. I don't even teach that. I really teach the proximity principle, in stage 3 of my 7 stages to meaningful work is get connected. And it is about connections. And connections are going to get you the interview whether you got a felony or not. And connections are everything when you've got a felony, or you've got, obviously you've got a red flag here with pharmacy and addiction. Was it addiction to prescription medication or something else? I don't need to know. I'm just curious. Is it the actual product that you would be dealing with?
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a big hurdle to climb for a lot of people, unfortunately. But the fact of the matter is you've been clean for how long?
3 years.
3 years. Good on you. That's incredible, Jennifer. And I got to tell you, I go to bat for you all day long and twice on Sunday. Okay? Every day of the week and twice on Sunday, I'd go to bat for you because I believe in redemption. And I will tell you that the only way that you're going to get back in is through connections. And it's got to be face-to-face stuff where you're sitting down and you're owning your stuff. And you're at a place probably where most people aren't. Because of what you've gone through, you can be more open about your stuff than most. Is that true or false?
True.
Yeah. I think. And do you have a lot of connections in the pharmacy world?
Not so much as I used to. I've been out of it for the last year and a half.
But you know where to go.
Do something.
You know where to go, don't you? When I wrote the book, The Proximity Principle, I talked about the right people in the right places. You know the right people in the right places, don't you?
Yes. I think my hesitation is just kind of shame-based, approaching friends that are in the business.
I'm going to tell you, that's exactly what what you're worried about is rejection.
Yeah.
You're worried about the pain of your past continuing to hurt you. That's what you're worried about. And by the way, that's human. There's nothing wrong with that. That's to be expected. But how do you overcome that? Here's how you overcome it. You need to accept the fact that there are going to be friends or past acquaintances or past colleagues who are going to reject you because of your addiction and the felony. They're going to say, no thanks, Jennifer. I can't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You do understand that, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Have you accepted that? Have you come to grips with that that's going to happen?
Yes. I mean, I've been clean for a few years, so I've definitely experienced people that cut me out because of it. And
great. Do you think that you're strong enough to handle that?
I do.
Great. Because those are the 2 ways that you overcome this.
Okay.
Here's the analogy. My son, Chase, started playing tackle football in the 5th grade. He had played flag football up until that point, and I said, all right, I'm going to let you play tackle football. By the way, if you parents don't like that, don't send me any hate email because I don't read any of it. just so you know. But I decided that I was going to let my son play tackle football in the 5th grade. So we're driving to the very first practice, okay? And he looks at me and he says, Dad, I'm so nervous. He was shaking. It had overcome him. It was almost like he turned shades of white that I'd never seen before. And I said, what's wrong, buddy? What are you nervous about? He goes, Dad, I'm nervous that I'm going to get hit hard, and I'm nervous it's going to hurt. And I, in my fatherly wisdom, looked at him and said, I got news for you, pal. You are going to get hit hard, and it is going to hurt. and he looked at me like, Dad? And I'm like, buddy, football involves getting hit hard and hurting. And so does life. So, right. Jennifer, you're going to be rejected, and it is going to hurt. But you are 3 years sober. You're ready for this. And when my son processed that, he was like, okay, I am going to get hit hard, and it's going to hurt, but I still want to play. And guess what? I mean, Joe, it was 5 minutes into his first practice. I'm standing there watching. They did the Oklahoma drill where it's a one-on-one hitting drill, and he got a kid, and I went, oh, Lord Jesus, please help him. And this kid was twice his size. And you know what, Jennifer? The kid just crushed him. Popped him so hard. Chase didn't know where his ear hole was or his eye hole. He didn't know what was going on. You know what? He popped up. He shook it off. He ran to the back of the line, and he realized in that moment, I got hit hard. That hurt. I'm still alive. And Jennifer, the proximity principle is going to work for you. You've got to make a list of everybody you know in the pharmacy world and everybody you don't know that you want to get to. And you got to figure out who you know that knows those people who can get you to them. And here's how this is going to go. These friends of yours, real friends, acquaintances who aren't ashamed of you, and you own your stuff. You tell the acquaintances, here's what happened to me. Here's why I did it. Here's what I'm living with, but I'm healthy and I still want to do this work, and I know I can do this work. I'm asking you to just simply do everything you can to get me a face-to-face meeting and say what you know about me and that you believe in me. And there will be people who will do that. And then you've got to have face-to-face meetings with these pharmacy people and say, here's my story. I'm owning it all.
Okay.
And you say, look, I'm asking for you to give me a second chance. I will not let you down. And here's what I'm prepared to do to put in place if you'll give me a second chance. You're going to have to fight for this, Jennifer. Fight as hard as you've ever fought in your life. You hear me?
Absolutely.
But if you fight and you don't quit fighting, and you know that it's going to be a relationship who says great things about you, so that when the application goes in and the red flag is there, they already know about it, they want to meet with you, and they're going to fight for you. But I believe there's somebody in the pharmacy world. It may not be in Colorado. It may be somewhere else. But I believe somebody will fight for you. So, Jennifer, I want you to hang on the line and hear what I'm about to ask our audience to do. All right? And then Madison's going to help you with this. All right, I'm going to talk directly to the audience here. Listen to me, folks. If you know anybody who's in pharmacy and you believe that Jennifer deserves a second chance, if you believe that we all deserve a second chance, that just because she got addicted to the very pills that she would prescribe to people does not make her a stain on society, that she was weak and she struggled and she medicated, and yet she has learned her lesson. She's paid her time for her crime. If you believe that the Jennifers of the world and that you need second chances, you know anybody in the pharmaceutical world, will you email me, ask@kencoleman.com. Ask@kencoleman.com, subject line, Jennifer, and let's see if we can come together as a community, and let's give Jennifer the second chance that we all need. And I hope that we can do this. If we can't, it's okay, but let's try. If you know somebody that would be willing to at least have a conversation with Jennifer and let them feel the situation out, then that would be great. So thank you all for considering that. Again, ask@kencoleman.com. Tell her she heard that, but tell her we're going to do everything we can to help her.